Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Obviously, this is Pro Wrestling Logic, where we discuss pro wrestling, old school, new school, all points in between. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We've got over 2,200 of these. Should be into 2,300 by the end of the week, certainly. But this is the Wrestling Challenge Review Series. This is the April 3rd, 1994 edition. Lex Luger against Derek Domino. Luger beats him via submission right after the WrestleMania 10 thing, and Luger's push de-escalates here pretty quickly. Mr. Perfect and Lex Luger are going to go at it in house shows. Perfect was the referee at the WrestleMania 10 match for Luger and Yokozuna. A couple of clotheslines, and then obviously the torture rack backbreaker that he's known for in WCW becomes his main focus here. Then we move to Jim Cornette introducing the Heavenly Bodies, which of course is Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, Dr. Tom Pritchard. Heavenly Bodies are pretty, I guess you'd say, influential, although they've dropped by this point in 1994 into their just kind of underneath team role, for lack of a better term. And it's kind of sad because I think the Heavenly Body is probably the best tag team at the time in the WWF, at least to me. But we get the Heavenly Bodies with Jim Cornette defeating John Crystal and PJ Walker. PJ Walker, of course, later becoming just incredible, so that's kind of there. And ultimately, we kind of go forward with that run. Anyway, very basic stuff. Dr. Bomb by Dr. Tom Pritchard, otherwise known as a Liger Bomb, Modified Power Bomb by Pritchard, Moonsault by Jimmy Del Rey. Lots of good double team maneuvers by the Heavenly Bodies. PJ Walker, certainly very thin. You don't see a lot in him. Certainly him becoming just incredible years later and being a leader in ECW for an extended period of time. Think about that. 6 years later, he's leading a company, at least for a little while. Is rare. Jim Cornette in the sport suit, sport coat. Very happy with that. Then we move to highlights from Superstars of Kwang and Tatanka. Tatanka, that's part of a special report. The IRS, otherwise known as Erwin Shyster, says that Tatanka wasn't paying his taxes properly and all of that, and there's frustration there. Then we move to another in the enhancement series of matches. This particular enhancement series of matches is into the, Tatanka pinning Corey Stewart. Tatanka hits a bunch of chops, punches, kicks, and the Samoan drop, a.k.a. the Papoose to go if you're Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan, of course, leaving the WWF at the end of 1993, which is bad for business, at least in my estimation. The fact he never went back is also kind of sad. Crush is up next. Crush is here and willing to, I guess, ply his craft, so to speak. Crush is also still managed by Mr. Fuji at the time, and he defeats Mike Gray. Military press, inverted backbreaker, and the cranium crunch by Crush, martial arts kick here and there. The enhancement talent doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Crush still rebounding after his loss to Randy Savage at WrestleMania 10 in the Falls Count Anywhere match. Probably one of the worst Falls Count Anywhere matches ever, in all honesty. And Crush also wins with the Heart Punch, kind of trying to get him to be a little more aggressive there at the time. Kind of trying to revamp the gimmick a little bit. Doesn't really go all that well. Anyway, the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart, in an enhancement match up next, and they face off with a team that is Tony DeVito, Dwayne Gill, suplexes by the Smoking Guns, bunch of arm drags. They're still young, again, less than a year in the promotion. I say young only because it's obvious that they don't have a lot of experience. They hit the Sidewinder top rope maneuver and also double Russian leg sweep. Lots of tag team maneuvers. Always didn't understand how the Guns wrestled in jeans and cowboy boots. Just feels like it would be difficult. Nassau Coliseum, May 19th, WrestleMania Revenge Series, and then Madison Square Garden Friday night. Razor Ramon facing off against Shawn Michaels. Macho Man also going to be in action. Basically, they were doing a bunch of return matches um, from the WrestleMania run, and the WrestleMania Revenge or WrestleMania Tour is a pretty basic thing over the next several years. Then we see Ben Jordan going at it with Quang a little bit. Jordan gets a couple of drop kicks. Quang hits a reverse chop and then hits the spin kick. Basic stuff, and ultimately gets things going there. Jim Masterson and Doink with Dink is up next here. Doink gets the takedown, super basic, and ultimately Doink manages to get some takedowns, hits the whoopee cushion, and eventually gets the victory. We're going to hear from Mr. Perfect the following week, among other things, and that will close us for today. We'll be back with more right after this.